Welcome to another episode of Smackdown. Um, during the This is week 2 of July in 2001 during the Invasion era. Um, let's book Smackdown and let's see how the show goes. All right, so in an abysmal pre-show match, Bull Buchanan defeated Chance Profit by pinfall with a guillotine leg drop. They had pretty good chemistry and it lifted the match. This got 21. Also, Bull Buchanan has dropped the censor gimmick. He now has the gimmick of a sidekick. Who he will be a sidekick of, that still remains to be seen. In an abysmal pre-show match, Aguila defeated Chase Stevens by submission. This got 22. They didn't click and it showed. So the show starts with Stone Cold coming out. He comes out. Stone Cold goes, "Cut the music because I am pissed off. There is a loser back there named Buff Bagwell who flapped his gums about taking this WWF Championship away from me at Invasion. Now, this may have started as an interpromotional war, but it's not business anymore. Whenever anyone talks about taking this championship away from Stone Cold, you can bet your ass that you made my problem with you personal. When you make any problems with when you make my problems with you personal, you must have a death wish because Buff, if you keep flapping your gums with my name coming out of your mouth and threatening to take this WWF championship away, then you just might not make it to Invasion. That brings me to my opponent, Billy Gunn. Billy, we both might be fighting on behalf of WWF, but I don't give a crap about that. You stand on the opposite side of the ring from me. It doesn't matter if you're from the WWF, WCW, or ECW. Then I'll stump a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. So Stone Cold came out of this looking excellent. He enjoyed the Freedom's Golf script and performed well. He benefited from having a hot catchphrase. This got the crowd hotter, got the show off to a strong start with a 67. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Diamond Dallas Page defeated Haku by pinfall with the discus lariat. This got a 66. This match got the crowd hotter. Diamond Dallas Page has just finished his match with Haku. As DDP is celebrating, he looks to the top of the ramp and sees Rikishi. Diamond Dallas Page and Rikishi stare each other down with neither one backing up, showing any intimidation. Unfortunately, this only got 38. So this rivalry might not be something worth continuing. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Chris Benoit defeated Ernest Miller by pinfall with a diving headbutt. This got a 71. So Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare in the ring. Ooh, this didn't do well. Chuck goes, "Now, in case you missed it, we proved we are the greatest set of tag team champions in the business when we got yet another victory over the APA. Now, it's getting boring kicking the asses of the APA, so until they prove themselves, we're moving on to bigger teams, and the APA don't get any more shots at the WCW tag team titles. But is there any other tag team from the WWF that thinks they can take this from us?" So the theme for ECW plays as Paul Heyman walks out. And Chuck Palumbo goes, "Wait, you're not a wrestler." And Heyman goes, "Very good, Chucky. I am not a wrestler, and I'm not an in-ring performer, but I am the owner of ECW, which means I have a couple of wrestlers that work for me that want their shot at the WCW tag team titles." And Chuck goes, "First off, my name is not Chucky. Second, I heard that the Dudley Boys already have a match, so what team from ECW wants to face us at Invasion?" And Paul Heyman goes, "The two guys I signed are my newest team, and these two guys are ready to make an impact." Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare turn around and are met with super kicks by Justin Credible and Lance Storm. Credible and Storm high-ten each other, then get out of the ring and meet up with Heyman on the ramp. Paul Heyman goes, "Allow me to introduce to you the reformation of the Impact Playerz." So Paul Heyman, Just Incredible, Lance Storm all high five each other up on the ramp and then walk backstage with each other. So the Impact players have challenged Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Haire for their titles for in a WCW ECW interpromotional match. Let's this there. Okay, so they said there was a lack of star power. That's what hurt it. The angle cooled the crowd a little. This got 38. I understand that. Um, I thought Palumbo and O'Hare would be um, popular enough to handle this, to handle the lack of star power, um, but unfortunately, no. So Al Snow is standing in the hallway with China, and Al Snow goes, "Look, I really want to get my hands on Sean Stasiak after what he has been saying about both of us, but I know if I agree to a match with him, his girlfriend will most likely get involved. If his girlfriend tries to turn our match into a 2-on-1, will you come out to neutralize Stacy and even up the odds?" And China goes, "No problem, Al. I would love to get my hands on Stacy and find out how tough that Bobby lookalike is." So Al Snow then turns to the camera and he goes, "Hey, cameraman, come a little closer because I got a message for Sean Stasiak. Are you ready to put your money where your mouth is? You want a match? You got it. And we don't have to wait until Invasion. We can do this on Heat, Raw, Smackdown. It doesn't matter. But as far as your challenge goes for a one-on-one match, I accept." And then China speaks up. She goes, "But I will be watching backstage. And Sean, Stacy, time will come when I get my hands on both of you. If it has to happen back here because you're too coward to meet me in a match, then so be it. But when Sean and Al meet, you're not turning this into a 2-on-1 attack." So this angle cooled the crowd a little, got 39. Um, Unfortunately, the DDP Rikishi storyline just not been hot. The Impact players and Palumbo and O'Hare, that's just started. Um, And unfortunately, even though this only got 39, it still gained heat because this Al Snow Sean Stasiak story with China and Stacy Keibler was like at 24 when SmackDown started. So, gotta try to get the heat level higher, but but I think these promos went actually better than what the rating says. So Billy Kidman is backstage with Tori Wilson. He knocks on a door and asks if William Regal is inside, but he is not. Billy Kidman checks a few more rooms with no sign of William Regal. Billy Kidman checks Commissioner Regal's office, and Regal's not in there either. Billy Kidman shouts, "Where are you, Regal?" before leaving Regal's office to continue the search. And this got a 42. In a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Booker T defeated Crash Holly by pinfall with the Harlem Hangover. Unfortunately, they didn't click, and this got a 60. So the Hardy Boys find Albert and X-Pac backstage, and they pay them back for an attack. A couple, I think it was like on the first Raw after King of the Ring. Um, Jeff Hardy and Lita have great chemistry, but this also only got 38. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Hugh Morris defeated The Undertaker by pinfall with the powerbomb. This got 72. This match got the crowd hotter. So the Dudley Boys attacked Edge and Christian backstage, leaving them down and out. Um, the crowd didn't find it interesting, and this got a 30. Kurt Angle's in the ring about to compete. Before the match, Booker T comes down to the ringside area, apparently scouting his future opponent. Angle does not look happy about it and appears somewhat distracted too. And this got a 63. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Kurt Angle defeated Test by pinfall with an angle slam. This got a 64. Then the main event, in a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling, Steve Austin defeated Billy Gunn by pinfall with a Thez press. They didn't click. This got the crowd hotter. It got a 73. I think that was the best segment of the night. The best. So what did SmackDown get as a total? 69. Not bad for SmackDown. I mean, it lost popularity, but the regions that it lost popularity in were like already in the 70s. So, hey, I tried, and like I said, storylines do have to start out somewhere. Um, I can't leave them all for Sunday Night Heat if they're not hot. I just have to take the chance and hope that if something is, a, but oh, the report says that the feedback has been great. The show drew a lot of praise. It's keeping the networks happy at least. Drug test fees. Okay. Gerald Briscoe says Steven Richards is pretty good in the ring. You should push the kid. The Undertaker is feeling the effects of a grueling schedule and has asked that I take that into consideration. So I might be giving Undertaker time off. Drug test fees was 7,000, and Stone Cold goes. Sean O'Ring has poor ring psychology. The kid is probably not worth keeping around. All right, so let's look at the decisions I have to make. Incident involving Test. He's been identified as a steroid user. Um, so I guess I'll just fine him. Incident has been handled. Nothing noteworthy resulted from it. Okay. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably gonna give Undertaker time off. Maybe I'll bring him back after Invasion, so he gets a couple weeks off because I think Invasion's week 4. Um, yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe or follow me if you did, and until the next video, peace out, everyone.